Alright, what's up everybody? It's Cralin and this Fortnite Father is 50. Hope everybody had a great day. Now we're going to jump into some solos until some of my older friends get on. Don't forget this is one of 3 YouTube channels that we have. Links to our other 2 channels in the description as well as our Amazon store page where everything that Colin, my son from ColinsClub, and I use in our game rooms and clothes and stuff companies have sent us to open, test, and review. Boom. It's all in that Amazon store page link. Alright, so what I'm going to do is let me just show you real quick. Battle Pass done. Challenges, boom, done. Events, locker. Locker, you can pause this. I mean, Season 3 is when I really started playing. Then we'll go ahead and we'll go into item shop. There you have it for today. Nothing new. I was kind of surprised, nothing new. Career, 131 solo wins. 122 duos wins, which are mostly with my son Colin from ColinsClub, and 55 squad wins. Squads, I love playing squads with all my friends, but communication is tough. We all know that, right? Any squad. You know what's really amazing? I'm telling you, man, I say it all the time. I did a video, I think it's on this channel that I do it, on my channel here. I did a video on how to deter toxic chat. Now obviously I know YouTube didn't see it, but it's literally such an easy thing to do. I mean, if you go to my channel, let's see where it is. I'm gonna see how far. So I did a video a week ago, toxic chat, how to reduce it, and I literally talk about people making channels, toxic comments, just to do comments. Like, to make a YouTube channel, even if you don't want to be a creator, they should make everybody watch, like, a video about the do's and don'ts of what you do as a creator, or if you just want to make a channel so you can comment. It's absolutely amazing. Like, they should make you have to watch like a 10-minute video, then they would get ads on it because it's 10 minutes. And then after the video is over, they should make you have to like take a questionnaire. Like I would. Like, say they said, hey, everybody that has a YouTube channel now and from here on out, when you start one, you have to watch this 10-minute video on etiquette, courtesy, all that stuff. And when the video is, when it's, oh great. When the video is done, you got to take a test. Let me drink this slurp. You got to take a test. Finally, I got somebody when they... You know how many times I've went after somebody that shotgunned me in the face like that? Come on, buddy. Shut up with your thing over there. I can't hear what's going on below me. They're coming up. Oh, no, they're not. Alright, here we go. Oh, no, I'm not saying that you were toxic. The Springer 110 person there, anyways, wouldn't come into the chat and say that their account got stolen. They would have messaged me or texted me. The Springer's a family member, so they would have messaged me or texted me and said, hey, my account got stolen. So. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's amazing that YouTube just allows people to go in and make a channel with the same name as somebody else. Now, granted, if somebody made a channel named, Cralin, I mean, it's got to be tough because there's other people out there with the same name as you. You're not the only, like, I'm not the only Cralin, I think. I you could have sometimes when you search a common name for a YouTube channel, there'll be so many people with that channel. But you just have to look at the channel art and the channel icon to know if that's the person you're looking for or whatever they do, their content-wise. But it blows my mind that like people can literally make a channel pretty much the same as somebody else's and then spam, you know? Or that people can even make a fake channel. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. My real name is not Cralin, no. Cralin is a name made up of 3 names. Cralin has no meaning at all. Like, if you search Cralin, like, there's literally no meaning for the name Cralin. Like, I completely made it up. Like, literally. Like, it's really a made-up name. It's interesting. Like, I've researched it. I've came across companies, like there was a company somewhere called Cralin Towing or something. I was going to call them and be like, hey, where did you get that name from? Because I literally made this name up. See, like Cralin's cat right there saying, I'm going to kill your family. The problem with what that person's saying is, what they don't realize, obviously, I mean, I go through this all the time. I mean, we're a family full of cops and military people. So, you know, have at it. If you can get through everything I've learned in the military, then more power to you. But the issue with that is, see, this person now, what I'll do, and this is what's sad, because somebody came in the chat the other day and was like, hey, have you ever been swatted? I'm going to swat you. I'm like, I guess you didn't watch the swatting video that I had just done on how to deter swatting. I went to all my friends and family members that are cops, did interviews, talked to them, and, you know, if it's serious, then what happens is, you know, the police can get your IP address. Now, that message there, right? See Cralin's cat? So what we'll do now that YouTube is taking stuff very seriously, it's stupid that they say it. So you report it, and then right, you report it. Let's see, what do you do? And then you fill out a little report, okay? And then you send it in. And what the problem with that is that's why I'm saying how YouTube should literally make people have to watch a video for 10 minutes and take a test and be like, this is it. Because that the person obviously doesn't know. I mean, I took 2 years of law. And that's a threat, okay? And the problem with what they're doing is, even though they think they're being anonymous because they're in their grandmother's basement behind a computer and a keyboard, and, you know, haha, they're never going to find me. If something wanted to be pushed, especially somebody that has, this is what I'm telling you all, especially somebody that has connections. Like, say one of my family members was in the FBI or CIA, and I was like, listen, I need a favor. Can you grab this person's IP address from this Cralin's cat who said they're going to kill me and my family? Grab the IP address and get their address. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, because what did I do? What was it? 4 months ago, I had to send the police to a house in Philadelphia because a kid was doing stuff like that. And it's not that I was worried about what he was doing. I didn't care about that. He was threatening us and putting knife emojis in the chat. I'm going to kill you and I hate you guys. So when I talked to the officer in his town and he said, how do you know where he lives? I said, I got everything on this kid. I gave the house number, the street number, what building was next to him that burnt down. The cop's like, wow, you got it all. I'm like, yeah, I got it all. So the cop said, what do you need me to do? I said, I don't need you to go there and tell the mom, because I know the kid's like 11 or 12, that I'm worried that he's going to take a plane down here and blow me up. I need you to tell the mom that this kid, not only is he threatening me and giving me like death threats and all this stuff, but at the same time, I have all of her information and what she's doing, and I just want her to know what her little kid is doing if she doesn't have a clue. So it was like, I don't know, a week later the cop called me up and said, yeah, man, listen, I talked to the sister at first, I talked to the mom, and the mom was devastated. She was like, she had no clue at all that this was going on. I had all the chat printed out for them. The mom was so devastated, didn't know her kid, her 12-year-old little sweet boy, was doing this. I mean, so the cop said she grounded him, she took his PS4 away, he went under this whole... And the cop thanked me. He's like, thank you so much for handling this the way you did, because you weren't all like, oh, I'm worried, I'm scared, I want to have somebody arrested. You were more about, can you please go and tell the kid's mom what he's doing and let her handle it. And he's like, thank you so much for the way you handled it. And I'm like, listen, man, you know, I'm 50. I don't really get wowed too much anymore. I've been, you know, was brought up with bikers in New York, you know, went into the military overseas, came back, was a biker, went to college for a couple years, been in and out of trouble. Nothing really wows me anymore. Nothing scares me. Nothing wows me. So at this point, you know, I'm like, I said, yeah, I told the guy, I'm like, but it was cool that he thanked me for the way I handled it. You know what I'm saying? Not being all like, you know, I want this kid arrested, I want this or that. He was like, you know, usually when people call and they have an issue, they don't handle it as laid back as that. I'm like, well, you know, I was a kid once too. I did stupid stuff, said stupid stuff. So, you know, it just, I get it. You know what I mean? I don't want to, just because some kid is 11 or 12 and doesn't think that he or she can be found because they're on a computer or a phone, you know, I would rather have somebody teach them a lesson first without any trouble, you know. Jason said, I remember the SWAT guy. Why did he say that, Cralin? I don't know. Jason said, I reported him. Jason said, SWAT the kid. Was that TTV, right? Said, yeah, parents need to start minding their kids better. Yeah. I mean, you know, granted, I'm going to be honest with you. Every now and then when Colin's streaming, and I'm sorry I'm talking more. Every now and then when Colin streams, you know, I'll step out of the room or do something, and I've caught him saying and doing some things that I was like, hey, man, that's not cool. So, you know, when he was, I remember when Colin was like 9, and he was playing online with some friends, Minecraft, and I heard him, he was going crazy. And then some kid's mom got on the mic and he was yelling at her. Man, I'll tell you, I whooped him, took him off his PlayStation for a couple weeks, wouldn't let him use the mic for a month. I mean, and I had to teach him, but, you know, as parents, we can't be there all the time. Like, there's stuff to do. Like, I'm not a Facebook guy. I'm not into social media. If you look at my Twitter, I'm hardly ever on it. But I'm not really a social media guy, so I don't really care about all that stuff. But when I come home, sometimes when Scooch comes home from school, Colin comes home, he goes to the basketball court. Scooch may go in a room and play with their dolls or something. As parents, you got stuff to do. You know, you got some things to do. You got to do some dishes, you know, do some laundry. You know what I mean? It's not just a walk in the park. So you're not always eyes on your kid. You get what I'm saying? It's not always eyes on. So I get it, you know. I look at when I was a kid. Oh my God, the doorbells that we rang and ran. I'm telling you, Jason said I removed most of the messages that I said bad words in. You know, bad words. I get you. I mean, sometimes I cuss. I slip out a word. Sometimes people in the chat might say something. Now, ever since Colin got suspended on YouTube for live streaming because of all the toxic chat and stuff, we have every filter that YouTube offers, you know, enabled, along with tons of swear words. So swear words, you know, here and there, not a big deal, but you know, it worries me when people come in and say stuff like, you know, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill your family, I know where you live, I'm gonna SWAT you, because they don't realize the repercussions that could happen to them if somebody like me, like I said, we have a whole family full of police and military. I mean, what if one of my family members is in the FBI? You know, what if one of them is in the CIA or something? You don't think it's as simple as a phone call to say, hey, you never, this is what I always say to Colin, you never know who you're messing with if you do something like that. You just got to be weary of that. You know, you never know who you're messing with. You got to kind of be weary of that stuff. I'm going to go down in here. This looks like, you know, it's not that you walk around being afraid of everything, but why mess with somebody? You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know who they know or what connections they have, right? You never know. Jason said, I don't have a phone when you're 13. I get it. You're probably mad at your parents for that, but it's kind of good. I know some other kids, I mean, that don't have phones that are like 13, 14. It's just your parents, you know, watching out for you. Because as much fun as having a phone and all that social media stuff can be as a kid, because you're brought up with that. I wasn't. I could care less about all that social media stuff. Like, you know, before ColinsClub blew up on YouTube, it was made. We made it solely just because we live so far away from some of our family members that they wanted to see him play sports. So we would video the games and put them up on his YouTube channel all the way back in 2013. So we didn't even create it for that. But when the channel started taking off, I was like, we didn't even have Twitter or Snapchat. People were like, why don't you have social media? I'm like, for what? I don't need that stuff. You know? Oh my God. Look at it. I just been talking and talking. Oh my gosh, there's 6 people left. So all I'm saying is, folks, you know, I mean, watch somebody be right here and bot me. I know sometimes it seems exciting and all that. You're like, oh man, I'm gonna text this, chat this, say some crazy stuff to this people. You just never know. You know what I mean? You just don't. You never know who you might be saying something to, what kind of connections they might have. You don't know. So why chance it? Oh my gosh. 6 people left. This is absolutely funny. I mean, I've done nothing the whole game except ran my pie hole. Uh-oh. I've done nothing the whole game except run my pie hole. And there's 5 people left. But, you know, again, it just worries me when people... It worries me when people do that, man. When people start writing that crazy stuff. You know what I mean? It does. This is hilarious. Alright, where's the circle going now? Now it's going that way? Alright, where are we going to? We'll just go right out there. Tony Hernandez said, what side? I was sitting watch the whole day. Well, I've camped it out. I mean, so that's that's Craig's speech for the day, right? That was my little speech of the day. But, you know, like I said, there was a time when I was younger when people used to say that stuff to me when I was out. You know, as a biker back in the day, people would say crazy stuff to you. And back then, you know, you handle it so much more crazy. Now, at this point in my life, I mean, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh, there's somebody way over there. Okay, there's somebody right there. Alright. How many people are left? This is nuts. They got that guy's way over there. They're gonna build up. Well, them two are gonna get into a fight. Oh my gosh, look at that. You get a really good talk, alright? I gave you a really good talk, a good speech. And you get a win out of the whole thing with 2 kills, huh? Alright everybody, I'm going to end the stream. We'll be on again probably tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. See ya.